It's time to get epic again. What's going on, YouTube? It's Willie Knox Hill. We're back with our breakdown series. So today, man, I'll tell you what, we made history. We reacted to Epic the Musical, the Troy Saga. And you guys know when I did Hamilton, like, that was special. I really enjoyed the history. I enjoyed the storytelling. I enjoyed the theatricality of it all. And I feel like we're really on to something special with this series. So we're going to continue the journey right here, right now. It's none other than the Cyclops Saga. Over here!
Look at all this food. Look at all these sheep.
I was gonna say, I heard the sheep baaing at the start of it. I thought it was just symbolic of all of us being sheep.
I can't
You heard me, right?
believe this cave has all this for us to keep.
Okay, yeah, I gotta get back in this zone, this cave, because this is the cave that was recommended by the Lotus Eaters. And they're like, well, can we have some real food that's not, you know, laced with narcotics and all kinds of drugs? It's going to make us forget our lives? Yeah, gotcha.
Believe this cave has all this for us to keep.
I've got to hand it to you both. This is quite the treat. There are enough sheep here to feed the entire fleet.
It's almost too perfect, too good to be true. Why would the Lotus Eaters pass up on all this food?
There you go. There you go. As always, Odysseus, you know, using his head, being cynical, thinking, hang on, why are all these sheep here? And this is the Cyclops Saga. I know where this is going. I know my story of the Odyssey. So here we go.
Lotus Eaters pass up on all this food.
Interesting, though, that we've combined because they were different islands, right? The island of the Lotus Eaters versus, obviously, the island of the Cyclops. So we're kind of just merging those together to progress the story. It's happening in the same place, but it sets it up well musically.
Why would the Lotus Eaters pass up on all this food?
Ooh, nice dynamic change. And the rain as well. Like, we talked about the rain being so symbolic. Sometimes it's sad, but in this case, the rain is coming down, and it, to me, represents danger, represents something darker. And then you heard the, who are you? And I can only guess that that's Polyphemus.
Hey there!
Nice build.
We're just travelers. We come in peace.
You killed my sheep. My favorite sheep.
Those are some low, dark, sad strings. Give me that bass.
My favorite sheep. What gives you the right to deal a pain so deep? Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you reap?
Ooh.
Time.
Don't you know that pain you sow is pain you reap? Nice foreshadowing.
That pain you sow is pain you reap. Time to drink your blood over where you stand. Your life now is in my hand. Before I'm done, you will learn that it's not so fun to take. You came to my home to steal, but now you'll become my meal.
Hey.
A trade you see, take from you like you took from me.
There's been a
This is interesting because this dynamic has changed to kind of quid pro quo. You know, you eat my sheep, so I eat you. Nom, nom, nom. But in the Odyssey, Odysseus, because, you know, you think about Greek customs of hospitality, which, you know, Western customs of hospitality, which, you know, we've enveloped and have come to accept over the years. But, you know, as a guest in someone's home, you expect the host to, you know, look after you. You expect to be safe within that household, right? And sort of that hospitality custom. And that's what Odysseus was calling for when he was there. He expected to be taken care of by Polyphemus when they were in the cave. And then Polyphemus turns around and just starts eating them two at a time, right? And starts eating through Odysseus's men. But in this case, what's interesting is that instead of Polyphemus just kind of going naturally towards his instincts and just being sort of cast darkly, it's almost like Polyphemus isn't the one who is committing the wrongs here. He's only responding to the wrongs that was committed on him with the sheep. Interesting.
But now you'll become my meal. A trade you see, take from you like you took from me.
There's been a misunderstanding. We never came here to steal. But now that I see we've done some damage, maybe you and I can make a deal. I'll give you our finest treasure, so long as we leave alive. You can keep the world's best tasting wine.
Wine.
Have a drink, one sip and you'll
Wine? That's how I feel sometimes after a long day.
wine.
Wine.
Have a drink, one.
I love the setup because, all right, this is getting back to actually the lore of the Odyssey, right? But the timeline's jumping a little bit, but obviously as Odysseus watches his men just getting wrecked and chewed through, then he comes up with this scheme and this plan to get Polyphemus drunk, and he has this wine from when they sacked the city of Ismarus. So that wine, because he spared one priest there at the temple of Apollo, Marin, and Marin was related to, just brewing this fermented godlike wine that was so strong that they had to water down basically. But that's what he gives Polyphemus to try to knock him out and to trick him so that they can plot and use it to their advantage for their escape. So I love how Odysseus, though, here is being portrayed as just flipping it on the spot right here. Like, we have a situation. It's escalating. He's in trouble. So flip it into a gift and flip it into a positive. Again, using his clever tactics and ingenuity.
So long as we leave alive, you can keep the world's best tasting wine.
Wine.
Have a drink, one sip and you'll understand the power that's in your hands. A wine so fresh, you'd never want to eat human flesh again. That we shall be on our way.
It's true. I've drank wine over the years, and it makes me not crave the taste of human flesh as much.
Human flesh again. That we shall be on our way. No bloodshed in here today. A trade you
What was that? That was clever.
eat human flesh again. That we shall be on our way. No bloodshed in here today.
No bloodshed here today. I heard just underneath like a little like chewing. So a little like munching just way down in the ad-libs there.
We shall be on our way. No blood.
Again, I love the super cinematic drums and percussive hits, right? And obviously we incorporated some of the orchestral notes, right? Some of the bassier strings into when Polyphemus came in as well, and just adding that just orchestral and cinematic element to it all to make everything feel theatrical, feel grandiose, live up to the billing of epic, the musical, and the telling of an epic tale.
Bloodshed in here today. A trade you see, a gift from you and a gift from me.
I'd like to thank you. Stranger, what's your name?
My name is Nobody.
Yes!
Nobody.
Oh, I'm glad we stuck to that. This sets it up well.
Nobody.
Nobody. For your gift, I've one to reply.
I'm so glad we see eye to eye.
Yes, you.
Bar right there, because Cyclops has one eye. I'm so glad we see eye to eye, because it's not a plural of eyes, right? Love that.
Glad we see eye
Bar.
to eye.
Yes, you shall be the final man to die.
What? Watch out!
Oh, what a transition. What a transition. I love that setup. Because again, staying true to it, Odysseus gifts Cyclops, gifts Polyphemus the wine, and then that is what he promises him. But what's really dope to me is musically, right? Right here. I love how we're just really using the emotion of the music to misdirect the listener.
No.
Notice the choice of the higher strings now, right? Something more beautiful, more landscape-esque, just picturesque here.
Body.
And it feels like we're going somewhere. We're going somewhere positive.
For your gift, I.
And then right here, as Polyphemus comes in, it starts to darken a little bit. It starts to get just a little bit more sinister. Like maybe something isn't right. And then you have that twist at the end. Clever writing to set this up and then to kind of lead you to this final just plot twist, which then leads you into look out because it's not going the way we planned. I like that. Is that a heart? I hear a heartbeat underneath too. And that just builds the tension as well. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum.
So glad we see eye to eye.
Ironic he's singing about eye to eye when his heart's pumping right there, right? Eyes to heart.
You shall be the final man to die.
What? Watch out!
And even there, the watch out, I love how we're cut short on the watch out. Like it doesn't complete itself because it's meant to run into the next track. Let's keep it going. Thought that was a dragon at first. That was Polyphemus. I love the way that that was just like distorted and buried down in the mix. Something very guttural right there.
My brothers, the rest of our fleet, they wait at the beach. And if we're defeated, their good is dead. Straight ahead, that is who we're fighting. No backup, no chance for support. So draw out your swords. Our foe must be thwarted right here and now. Show me how great is your will to survive. 600 lives at stake. It's just one life to take. And when we kill him, then
Oh, the parallels again, because where does it stop? It's just one life to take. Isn't this the same moral dilemma that he had when he was ordered to kill the infant, right? To kill the son of Hector. It's just one life to take. But see, once you start that cycle of violence, it's so hard to stop because then you keep using that excuse again and again and again. And here we go. It's just one life to take. But in this case, he's going to save his 600 men. And that's that same moral dilemma because think about why he killed the son of Hector. Because he was saving his family. He was saving those he loved. In this case, he's presented with a similar dilemma. And now he's got to kill Polyphemus in order to save his men whom he loves.
600 lives at stake. It's just one life to take. And when we kill him, then our journey's over. No dying on me now. Defeat is not allowed. We must live through this day. So fight, fight, fight.
Wow.
Surround him! Surround him!
Oh, I like how the electric guitars, there's just moments because of the frequencies, like, because there was like this, war type of chanting and just, vocals happening. But at the same time, like the vocals were kind of blending into the pulsating nature of the electric guitars right there and just really building that aggression. Perfect setup for a fight scene.
Fight! Fight! Surround him! Attack from behind, keep distance in mind, and stay in his blind spot and strike his heels. Strike the heels! Show him that we're deadly!
Strike the heels. I wonder if that's a little nod to Achilles, right?
Heels! Strike the heels!
Ask Paris about that.
Show him that we're deadly! Exhaust him! Exhaust him! Don't let him get close! He's strong but he's slow! He can't land a blow if we're out of reach! Find a breach! Stand up and fight for your life!
Find a breach, like back to military tactics. Interesting line because you're talking about a breach and you think about that like within warfare and you find a breach within a column of soldiers. But in this case, we're trying to find a breach with a Cyclops.
Find a breach! Stand up and fight for your life!
Warrior of the mind, right?
600 lives to save. It's just one life to take. And when we kill him, then our journey's over. No dying on us now. Defeat is not allowed. We must live through this day. So fight, fight, fight.
Nice. Wow.
Enough.
Uh-oh.
He's got a club. He's got a club!
Well, the Game of Thrones is happening now.
Enough.
I love how, like, we build up just the sense of, okay, we can do this. And the belief and the hope is here. Like, I'm ready to fight. And we're roaring as we're, like, charging into battle. And then the reality and the violence of it all really just brings us down to earth. And I love how everything's rising. And then right here, that roar is so fucking dope as a sound effect. Then that final hit, right? Dramatic percussion, and you hear the body hit the floor.
Captain.
Enough.
Ooh.
He's got a club. He's got a club!
And then here's our dark cello again.
What are our orders? Captain! Captain!
Oh, God. Everybody's dead. Wow, that's really dope how, like, every single just dramatic percussive hit represents, and you could picture that club just swinging down, just smashing in another skull. Cool.
You've hurt me enough. 600 lives I'll take. 600 lives I'll break. And when I kill you, then my
Now he's singing about the 600 lives that he's going to take. Again, there's some very clever lyrical writing, just like really putting a knot on things and tying a bow on it, just bringing concepts and themes back around full circle and kind of flipping who's taking ownership of them and what the meaning of them is.
it's over. You're dying here and now. Escape is not allowed. You won't live through this day now. Die.
What happened there? He kind of cuts out what he's saying. And he falls down. Does that mean that he drank the wine? Notice what's interesting too is like when the soldiers start getting killed, we don't hear from Odysseus. They sing out Captain, like they plead to Odysseus to save them, and it shows how much like they rely upon him. And it seems like he's just shocked now by losing his men.
Orders. Captain! Captain!
Oof. Yeah, that's harsh, man. I really love how this is done musically because I can picture the action in my head. And I know there's been people requesting me to react to the animated side of things, but I'm not going to do that on my first listen and my first just kind of experience with this, because I want to listen to it and what happens musically and see my interpretations and see kind of how it makes me feel and what it makes me envision. And I think so far when you've had these different action sequences and just moments, like it's been incredibly well executed. That sounded like an electric guitar and just really messed with the filters and frequencies. Like that was super wet and reverby and just like altered in the mix there. Like almost haunting in a sense.
Captain! Captain!
We must move quickly.
Here he
We
is.
don't have much time. He didn't notice I mixed Lotus in his wine. Mark my words now, this is not the end.
Interesting how the delivery of Odysseus has changed as well. It's a lot more subdued in terms of before when he was rallying his men. You felt that aggression, you felt that hope. And now here, like, he's still calculating. His mind's still working. He's coming back around, but just the delivery, I think, is key and important as well. I'm also noticing from a musical perspective, just the different dynamics depending on who's speaking, right? Because you had just the bassier, baritone sounds, the lower strings, the cellos when Polyphemus is speaking. And then when Odysseus has been speaking, you've had this just electric guitar, right? Sort of like classic meets modern in terms of strings, in terms of guitars, in terms of musical concepts happening at the same time. And I think that's also represented through the battle between Odysseus and Polyphemus.
Mark my words now, this is not the end.
But Captain, what do we do with our fallen friends?
Remember them when the fire begins to fade.
See, that's an interesting question. Remember them. What do we do with our fallen friends? Because obviously you had the Greek underworld, you had Hades, and being able to pass into the underworld and pass through the river of souls, right? They had to be given a proper burial. So they're in the middle of dealing with this Cyclops who's collapsed, but they're worried about their men. They're worried about their men's souls, basically. That question goes deeper than what you think on the surface, than just hearing it from a modern day concept and perspective.
Remember them when the fire begins to fade. For the fallen and afraid, we are not to let them die in vain.
Remember them.
We're the ones who carry on the flames of the fade. We are not to let them die in vain.
That almost sounded like gunshot. Obviously, there's no guns happening at this time. But just the way that just like distorted synth hit off to the side there.
Remember them.
We're the ones who carry on the flames of those who've gone, and our comrades will not die in vain. I need all our hands on this club.
Oh, here we go.
This is how we're getting out of here. Use your swords to sharpen the stub and turn it to a giant spear.
Let's kill him.
His body is blocking the path. If we kill him, we'll be stuck inside.
Captain, where do we attack him?
We gotta stab him in the eye.
Yes, sir. Remember them.
That's interesting. So again, it's been flipped a little bit, but it also represents Odysseus still using his mind and his tactics, right? If we kill him and he's blocking the way, then we'll still never be able to get out. So we have to figure out what to do. Let's stab him in the eye. So he's choosing not to kill him. And in the actual Odyssey, right, the Cyclops pulls a boulder over the cave, so they can't get out of the cave. So they need the Cyclops still alive because they can't open the boulder. They can't free themselves from the cave. And that's why they stab him in the eye. And then Odysseus and his men strap themselves underneath of the sheep so Polyphemus can't see them. He searches the cave, and then when he has to let a sheep out in the morning, he feels the top of the sheep, and they're strapped underneath of the sheep. And that's how that they escape, because he can't see anymore. He has to rely on feeling. So in this case, it's flipped a little bit, but we're still sticking with it. But also, he did fashion the spear out of his club. So we're sticking to that too.
Attack him.
We gotta stab him in the eye.
Yes, sir. Remember them. When the fire begins to fade.
Also, just like, how have I not talked about this before, but the cover art for this is just so perfect. It's one singular eye, right, for Polyphemus.
Sir, remember them. When the fire begins to fade.
Then we're talking about fire, you see the fire in the eyes.
For the fallen and afraid, we are not to let them die in vain. Remember them.
We're the ones who carry on the flames of those who've gone. And our comrades.
When the fire fades, and then we remember them, we're the flames to carry on, like the fires of life. Smooth.
Will not die in vain. Now! Scatter!
Who hurts you?
There are more of them?
Oh, a little bit of a piano now. Love this choir chanting as well. Ha, ha, ha. Again, just building just the epic cinematic nature of it all.
Who hurts you?
There are more of them?
Who hurts you?
Here we go.
Hide.
Who hurts you?
Captain, we should run.
Wait.
Who hurts you?
Captain, please.
Wait.
It was nobody. Nobody. If nobody hurts you, be silent. Don't go.
Oh, So clever. I remember reading this, and like this is just one of those aha moments when you go, okay, I really do appreciate the ingenuity of this, because it all comes around full circle, doesn't it? When Polyphemus asks Odysseus for his name, and he answers, nobody. Well, in this case, then once he gets stabbed in the eye, the other Cyclops come, and they go, you know, who hurt you? And they see if he's okay, and they're knocking on the cave, and he goes, nobody hurt me. Well, they interpret it as, well, nobody's there, then why are you making a fuss about it? Whereas for Polyphemus, you know, he has Odysseus in mind when he says nobody. Just love the way that comes back around, that little plot twist, which was foreshadowed, well executed in the song too. Man, I was waiting for that moment. Let's go.
Nobody, if nobody hurts you, be silent.
Even the way that he sung nobody, he sung it kind of in the same, held it out the same as Odysseus did when he announced who he was, when Polyphemus asked for his name.
Nobody, if nobody hurts you, be silent. Don't go.
Let's grab the sheep and away we go.
Have you forgotten the lessons I taught you?
Oh.
He's still a threat until he's dead. Finish it.
No.
Oh.
No.
Who is the singer of Athena? I love her voice.
Finish it.
No.
Are you going against the goddess, Odysseus?
No.
What good would killing do when mercy is a skill more of this world could learn to use? My friend is dead, our foe is blind, the blood we shed, it never.
My friend is dead. Oh. Now it makes sense why he went so quiet before when the soldiers were getting killed. Oh.
My friend is dead, our
Wanted told him to embrace the world with open arms. Isn't that ironic?
foe is blind, the blood.
Also, I hear this clock tick, tock, tick. Like he has a decision to make, but also it feels like because Athena's talking to him and he's got to decide this, we're like frozen in time. Time is kind of just encapsulated in this moment here.
This world could learn to use. My friend is dead, our foe is blind.
Love this building cascading piano right here too.
The blood we shed, it never dries. Is this what it means to be
The blood we shed, it never dries. What a great quote.
blind? The blood we shed, it never dries.
The violence continues, this endless cycle.
Is this what it means to be a warrior of the mind?
Don't.
Oh!
Hey, Cyclops!
Oh, I love how he flips that. A warrior of the mind, because that's what Athena is trying to train him to be, a warrior of the mind. And now again, you have just a simple phrase, warrior of the mind, and we've turned how it's perceived. Because now Odysseus is looking at it from this new perspective of, is this what it truly leads to? Does this morally bankrupt me?
Be a warrior of the mind.
Don't.
Hey, Cyclops! When we met, I led with peace, while you fed your inner beast. But my comrades will not die in vain. Remember them. The next time that you dare, choose not to spare.
Remember them comes back around now, because Odysseus was rallying his men to remember those who had fallen in order to find courage to escape. And now he's telling the Cyclops to remember them from a different perspective now. I hope that you never forget it and it haunts you.
Them. The next time that you dare, choose not to spare. Remember them. Remember us. Remember me. I'm the reigning king of Ithaca. I am neither man nor mythical. I am your darkest moment.
No, he didn't. That's a bar. Did he just say I'm your darkest moment?
I am
Because he stabbed his eye out, so the world is dark for him. You know when things get dark, symbolically, metaphorically, versus literally, it is dark right now, thanks to Odysseus. Oh.
neither man nor
Also, notice how the guitar comes back. Once again, just kind of that hope and just kind of representing Odysseus.
mythical.
Sorry, camera died. Let's keep it rolling. But now he says that, you know, I am neither man nor mythical. I'm not a man. I'm not a god. Something in between. But the foreshadowing here again, we'll talk about this.
Darkest moment. I am the infamous Odysseus.
Big mistake, buddy. Oh, that feels like foreshadowing because I hear the waves of the sea. And you think, oh, he's going to return to his ship and his men, but no. This is the foreshadowing of the sea because Polyphemus is the son of Poseidon. And because of this act, this is where Poseidon goes on this wrathful vengeance of Odysseus, wrecks all of his ship, kills all of his men, and it starts from here. And it's this moment of, because obviously Odysseus is emotional. I love the way that this is set up, even the conversation with Athena, like urging Odysseus to finish the job, because if he kills Polyphemus, then Polyphemus can never tell the story of who did it. Also, Odysseus has a second choice to make, so he chooses to go against Athena, which is fine. He can do that. But the second choice that ultimately costs him and really leads to the Odyssey is because in this moment of pride, in this moment of loss and suffering, he wants Polyphemus to remember. So he lets his pride and he lets that ego sort of get the best of him by announcing who he truly is. He could have left it as nobody, and then Poseidon would never learn who is the one who stabbed out Polyphemus' eye. But in this case, he tells him, he makes this announcement, I'm the king of Ithaca. I'm giving you the map and I'm giving you the directions. And isn't it funny, because wasn't he warned? He was warned, and that theme is coming around once more. Kill Hector's son. If you don't kill Hector's son, he has the map to you. He will find you. Doesn't matter if you send him away, doesn't matter what he does. You have to kill him now in order to avoid suffering in the future. Here we go again with Polyphemus. Kill him now, avoid suffering in the future. But this time, unlike the infant whom he kills, he doesn't kill Polyphemus, which leads us to the suffering in the future. All the foreshadowing and setup is nice here. Yeah, I like that. Oh. Nice mix of synths and sort of classical piano.
You are reckless, sentimental at best. That's not a teaching of mine. You've grown soft, your dead friends can attest.
Hey,
Put your emotions aside. You're a warrior, meant to lead the rest. I don't know where I went wrong, but I warned ya, and you failed the test. So now I'm gone. This way, you'll know what your place is. This
You failed the test, and she's tested him before with the boar. And shout out to you guys in the comment section, because I talked about, the greater boar story and legend of that, but there was actually a boar with Odysseus where he was tested and he killed a boar. Not as an epic of a tale as obviously the Caledonian boar, but shout out to that. But Athena is constantly testing Odysseus. And then you're supposed to be a warrior of the mind. How it all comes back around. But in this case, you got emotional, right? And what is one of the themes that we've talked about? Emotion versus logic and reason, which really appeals to the Greeks at the time. And you think about the great Greek philosophers and Socrates and Plato, and the appeal to rational reason, especially in Athens. Athena, goddess of Athens, and tying that all in, right? Odysseus getting emotional. Athena's going to look down upon that.
where I went wrong, but I warned ya, and you failed the test.
And also getting emotional because he spared Cyclops. He didn't want to deal with that guilt, because obviously that guilt has weighed on his mind since he's, murdered that child.
So now I'm gone. This way, you'll know what your place is. This way, you can't cross the line. This way, when all is over, you'll keep yours and I'll keep mine. This way, you won't disappoint me. This way, you won't waste my time. This way, I'll close the door. Consider this as my goodbye.
that's just like you. Why should I be surprised? Selfish and prideful and vain, unlike you. Every time someone dies, I'm left to deal with the strain.
Selfish and prideful and vain. And I see that's one of the keys with Greek mythology and with the Greek gods and goddesses, is that they had their flaws in a sense. They were closer to human than what you imagine gods and goddesses to be. They had their rivalries, right? They had their moments of pride, they had their moments of stubbornness, they had their moments of vengeance and wrath. And Athena too, even though as smart as Athena was, being the goddess of wisdom and strategy and battle and mathematics and so much intellectually, right? She also was incredibly jealous. She was also very good looking. And Medusa, everybody knows Medusa, right? With the snakes and being a gorgon and turning you to stone. Well, actually, Medusa was turned that way by Athena, because Athena ultimately got jealous of Medusa, because Medusa came and was working in the temple, and she was being applauded for her beauty, being more beautiful than Athena. So Athena, in her jealousy, in her pride, and then when she catches Medusa, who was actually being taken advantage of in the temple, had no control over it, Athena cast her aside and turned her into stone and jumped immediately to it. And then obviously instructed how to kill Medusa, and yeah, led to Medusa's demise. But it all stems from just Athena being jealous of her, right? So the goddesses could be very jealous, very prideful, especially Athena, which is ironic because she's calling out Odysseus for his pride, for him getting emotional, when those are some of her character flaws as well. Hey, Potem Kettle, how are you?
Every time someone dies, I'm left to deal with the strain. What's a title that a goddess could lend? If I'll never sleep at night, I'll remind.
Yeah, that's right. I wanted to remember that. It was Perseus. It was Perseus who came, and Athena instructed Perseus on how to kill Medusa. So not only does Athena, curse Medusa and turn her into a gorgon, but then she also sends her to her death as well by sending Perseus, instructing Perseus how to not look at her, how to behead her, how to get away with that. Yeah.
Someone dies.
That's twisted, man. She was dark. She was dark.
I'm left to deal with the strain. What's a title that a goddess could lend? If I'll never sleep at night, I'll remind you.
What's a title a goddess could lend if I'll never sleep at night, right? Well, goddesses take and hand out titles like they're candy in Greek mythology, but also it's the guilt. It's that theme of guilt we were talking about.
And if I'll never sleep at night, I'll remind you I saw you as a friend. But now we're done this way. You're out of my head now this way. You won't plague my life this way. When all is done, you're out of sight and out of mind this way.
This is a pretty dope flip musically again.
But now we're done. I'll remind you.
Notice this is more of an acoustic guitar right here, right? You have a nice acoustic electric
Saw
guitar.
you as a friend, but now we're.
And we're kind of reflecting. I saw you as a friend, and this is looking back at the past. And then he goes, but now. And then to almost represent the present and the change, then we go back to the electric guitar. So like the acoustic is used to past reflect on the relationship and how he saw things. And now just shaking into reality of the present, the electric guitar comes in here.
We're done this way. You're out of my head now this way. You won't plague my life this way. When all is done, you're out of sight and out of mind this way.
You know the saying, out of sight, out of mind? But also, like, think about Athena instructing Odysseus' mind and being a warrior out of the mind. So you're out of mind. Smooth word flip again.
And you're out of sight and out of mind this way. You get what you wanted this way. You can save your time this way. You close the door and have your damn goodbye.
You're not looking for a mentor, I'm not looking for a friend. I mistook you for a general, what a waste of effort spent.
Oh, fire shots. We got a rap battle going on.
I know what I.
You are looking for a mentor. I wasn't looking for a friend. Like, we're not here to be friends. What do you think this relationship is? Let's have some clear boundaries. You're not even getting friend zone, Odysseus.
What a waste of effort spent.
At least I know what I'm fighting for while you're fighting to be known. Since you claim you're so much wiser.
Again, this is the gods being prideful, right? The gods having hubris and the goddesses, because they want to be known by mortals. They want to be recognized with mortals. That's why they interfere so much in mortal lives.
You're fighting to be known. Since you claim you're so much wiser. Why's your life spent all alone? You're alone.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Athena was a virgin.
It's all alone.
Why are you all alone?
You're alone.
One day you'll hear what I'm saying. One day you might understand. One day, but not today. For after all, you're
Just come.
This day you sever your own head. This day you cut the line. This day you lost it all.
Hang on.
Just come.
This day you sever your own head. This day you cut the line. This
This day you sever your own head. Why? Because you stop using your mind. You appeal to emotion, and your hubris is going to get the best of you and your pride. But at the end of the day, you're just a man. Remember that? Odysseus appealing to just being a man. Then he says he isn't a man. And then it comes back and it gets used against him by Athena. I'm reminding you that you are merely mortal compared to me. Right? And there's only so far that we can go with this. And it's almost like she's saying you're just a man, but she's almost like saying it for herself as well, to help her move on from the situation.
Sever your own head this day. You cut the line.
Because you're going to end your life ultimately. You've severed your own head. But also listening to my reason and my appeal to logic. And then cut your thread, right?
This day, sever your own head this day. You cut the line this day.
Yeah, you cut your thread. Rob's the head. It's got to be thread. It's got to be thread. I think of the three fates who weave the fabric and weave the threads of our lives and of our destinies. And when someone dies, they cut the thread of that person's fate.
You lost it all. Consider this as my goodbye. Consider this as my goodbye. This is my goodbye. Consider this as my goodbye. This is my goodbye.
Wow. That girl can hit some notes, man. Just that, it feels like a final exclamation. Actually, not even an exclamation point. Like just a period on this. Love those last piano notes and then just like being cast out into the wind. And for me as well, it's really interesting because obviously like we talked about in the events of the Odyssey, like Athena, daughter of Zeus, appeals to Zeus to, ultimately help free Odysseus so that he can return to his homeland of Ithaca. But here you have a strain in the relationship, and we're really exploring and unpacking the complexities of the relationship between Odysseus and between Athena. And I love how, this second installment of the saga really takes the themes of that first and expands upon them. And now we get to see how these things are starting to affect Odysseus and his decision making. Just that battle of embracing the world with open arms, trusting people, well then having that trust broken via Athena, via Polyphemus, right? And just having to turn back into this cold-hearted soldier. But Odysseus is struggling for his own humanity, it feels like. Because while Athena wants to mold him into this ruthless, calculating warrior, he's still accepting that he is mortal, and he doesn't want to feel this guilt. And now he's stricken by pain and loss for his men, for those that he loves. So you continue to have this battle of emotion versus reason. You also have this battle of immortal versus the gods, of what's predestined and what you can choose in terms of the fates, right? And I just love how all of this is coming back around full circle with it all. Yeah, man, this is a ride so far. Epic the Musical, you were Knox Hill certified. Hope you guys liked today's video. Listen, we're here at the end. Obviously, enjoy the content. Do me a huge favor, support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. It does go a long way. Also, if you really want to support, go cop your merch. knoxhilldmv.com. We got shirts, we got hats, we got hoodies, everything you need. If you want to rep the brand, it all really does help. It all goes a long way. I'll put the links down below so you can cop it now. All right, everyone, stay positive. Take care of these. Take care of these. I'll catch you again.
You know I'm going now with a bang.
Bang,
Tell them leave the bag in a bang.
bang,
You should check the tags where we hang.
hang,
You know I'm going now with a
bang,
No, I'm going now with a bang.
bang.